Hey everybody, Darren here from the Single Dad Zone. So I'm going through each of the big picture 11 laws that'll change your life. And today we're going to be going up to law number 6. But we're going to quickly review each of the other laws. And if you're wondering why I'm holding these are my agility markers. I just finished a killer workout. It's shift shop. I'm drenched in sweat again. It is awesome. And these agility markers, they'll kill you. But anyway, we're going through the laws, 11 laws that'll change your life. Law number 1, do your best, forget the rest. And actually, I have a quick, interesting story about do your best and forget the rest. So I don't like talking in front of large crowds. It gives me a lot of anxiety. I think it's very typical for most people that you don't like to go in front of big crowds. I don't mind doing live videos because I don't see the whole audience sitting there in front of me. But anyway, I gave a speech recently, or a talk, and there were quite a few people in the audience, and what I just told myself was, do your best, forget the rest. And I kept repeating that as a mantra, and it really relaxed me, because I knew, you know what, no matter what happens, as long as I do my best and forget the rest, everything's going to work out. So I really like law number 1, do your best, forget the rest. Law number 2 is find your purpose. Law number 3 is to have a plan. So once you have your purpose, you have to have the plan to get to where you want to go. Law number 4 is variety, the spice of life. Law number 5 is consistency, which is, I think, really the secret formula. You got to have consistency. If you want to get anywhere in life, you got to be consistent about it. And then law number 6, which we're going to talk about a little bit today, is intensity. So intensity is, my dad always taught me that, if anything's worth doing, it's worth doing all out. You don't want to do anything half-assed, because then you're just going to have, half-assed kind of results. You want to do your absolute best with the most intensity that you can bring. And what I mean by intensity is the best way to create an analogy for it is exercise. So, if you start out and you're just doing a little walk, after a while, that's not going to be good enough. Your body's going to adapt. So you have to up the intensity, up to, bring it to a jog, and then eventually up the intensity, bring it to an all-out run. So it's the same thing in your life. You got to keep pushing yourself, leaving your comfort zone. Like I was just saying in the beginning, I was terrified of speaking in front of large crowds. I got huge anxiety, like all of a sudden my eyes, everything would just space out. I'd see white, little black dots all over. And the more I did it, the more I stepped out of my comfort zone, the more I increased the intensity, the more accustomed I got to it, and the easier it got. Now with intensity, you don't want to just kind of jump out of the box going a million miles an hour. When you train for a marathon, you don't start out day 1 running 26.2 miles. You start out with very short distances, and you gradually increase the distance of your runs. So it's all about gradual intensity. You don't want to just suddenly jump out of the box, because that's not going to get you the adaptation that you need to get to where you want to go. The intensity has to be just gradual, but you got to get outside of that comfort zone. And that's where things happen. That's where you're going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to have anxiety. You might even fail spectacularly. But failures are actually a good thing, because that's your opportunity to learn. When I make mistakes, that's when I learn. If my life just went smooth as silk and just easy as can be, I'm not gonna learn from it. And when you're raising your children, you can't just drop a dictionary in front of them and say read it. It's all about raising the intensity slowly. Like they start out with simple books, and then they get a little bit more complicated. Then they go on to the chapter books, and eventually they're reading. And it's really amazing to see, as you gradually increase the intensity, they learn, they adapt, and that's really one of the keys. The 3 cornerstone rules, or laws that'll change your life, according to Tony Horton, is variety, consistency, and intensity. And if you think about it, all 3 of those put together really creates a magic formula for success. So we got law 6 in the books. Moving on to law 7 on Wednesday. I'm going to be doing these Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I love comments. I love little hearts. I love thumbs up. anything, you know, you toss my way. Take any bone you throw. Anyway, hope you're enjoying. I'll see you all soon.